LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up the worldview. Senegal approves law doubling prison terms for same-sex relations to 10 years. Senegal's parliament has approved a law doubling the maximum prison sentence for same-sex relations to 10 years, intensifying a crackdown on the LGBTQ community. The bill now awaits the signature of the President of Senegal. Lawmakers voted 135 in favor, none opposed, and 3 abstained. The legislation also criminalizes promoting or financing same-sex relations, with prison terms of 3 to 7 years. Media reports say dozens of men have been arrested since February under existing anti-LGBTQ laws. During the debate, one lawmaker declared, quote, "Homosexuals will no longer breathe in this country. Homosexuals will no longer have freedom of expression in this country," end quote. I mean, that statement alone doesn't sound like prison sentence. It sounds like eradication to me. I mean, unfortunately, we know that there are countries out there that still criminalize homosexuality. What is really scary is that they are now extending that. So if you are sympathetic or help or support or even give them a pastry, you can be criminalized now too.
Yeah, and I love the irony that a lot of these advocates, a lot of these anti-LGBTQ advocates who are heavily influenced by American evangelical, they export this stuff. I mean, Scott Lively and Mass Resistance are notorious of going out to Uganda for the Kill the Gays bill and it's basically supporting death penalty for LGBTQ people. But what I find ironic as a student of international relations is that these relics or these anti-LGBTQ sentiments, which a lot of times were framed as, quote, African values, are actually leftover colonial values. Senegal was French colony. Uganda was British. But a lot of these anti-LGBTQ animus was introduced by Christianity, which wasn't there before.
Not just the governments of France and England, when they would conquer a nation, would criminalize homosexuality. So so like Senegal is literally allowing itself to be recolonized by doing this sort of homophobia.
Well, and one of the things I noted in trying to understand a little more about this story before we're airing it is that the United States has provided funding to maintain what they call a democracy there, even though we're horrified by what we're hearing. But the fact that we're providing money, and it may have something to do with our current administration, to a country that is looking to eradicate or create a genocide of people who are gay.
No. Well, let's also talk about this for a second.
That's not unusual. I mean, even in the United States, as late as 2004, during the second Bush administration, they pushed through how many laws that each individual states were democratically pushed through by vote to restrict LGBTQ rights by denying the right to marry, by enshrining discrimination into each state's constitution.
It was illegal in some states to be gay in this country in the beginning of the 21st century. But also, here, let's talk about this logically. So we want to stop there being more gay sex. So what are we going to do? If we find out you have gay sex, we're going to put you in a prison where everyone else is going to be the same sex as you?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to reduce your gay sex.
It is supposed to be a punishment of shame, a criminal record, and also, but this is
people can be very crafty in prison, Bob.
No. But this is not even about prison, really, if you really think about it. This is about calling for these, once you got labeled as quote-unquote gay, then you're basically open season to be discriminated, violence committed against you.
Correct.
Let's face it, this is opening for anti-LGBTQ lynching. This is not about putting them in prison.
It's not logical.
They're never gonna be in prison for 10 years. They are just gonna be hung up from a tree.
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. And that is an LGBTQ 1 Minute News. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.